Alright guys, well, the time has come to finally put the transmission back in the Nova. We had a case laying around. It's not pretty. We pressure washed it and all, but it didn't come real clean. But it's got all brand new racing clutches and all in it. I redone the valve body with the same kit we done Dillon's with and all. So all we had to do is slide the torque converter in it and then put the transmission in the car. And then we got to put new U-joints in the other drive shaft right there. But we're going to go ahead and slide the torque converter in and start putting this thing together, finally. Alright, well we got the torque converter in now. So now we're going to slide it under there and get it on the jack. Alright, well we got the transmission under here, got it sitting on the jack. Now we're about to go ahead and slide it up, jack it up and slide it up against the motor and get some bell housing bolts in it. Alright guys, well we got the torque converter tightened up and we got the cross member in and got it tightened up. We got the shift cable hooked up. So now we got to put the transmission stick in. I got a new O-ring right here and some silicone. I always put a little bit of silicone around it just to make it seal a little better. But that's pretty much it, other than the drive shaft for it to be done, and then we got to fill it up full of fluid. And then hopefully everything's gonna work all right. Transmission went together fine. It's got all new parts in it, and we went through the valve body and all that good stuff. So, but we're gonna go ahead and get the dipstick in it, and we got one more bell housing bolt at the top that we couldn't get from underneath to put into. So that's what we're about to do now. Well, we got the transmission stick in, and we checked the rear end pinion seal because it had a little bit of gear oil right there. I think from where when the drive shaft broke and it was slinging around, it loosened it up a little bit. So I tighten the rear end yoke nut up a little bit, and that's pretty much it. I cleaned the car up a little bit, cleaned the valve covers, and cleaned the front wheels and the back wheels a little bit and all. But now what we got to do is tomorrow we got to go put U-joints in. I had to order some U-joints. They only had one in stock, so they had to order another one, and they won't have it till tomorrow. So we got to go put U-joints in this drive shaft tomorrow. Hopefully this drive shaft will work. I mean, it come out of a 77 Nova, same car, but we're hoping it's going to work. So we're going to, as soon as these U-joints come in tomorrow, we're going to get them put in, and then get the drive shaft put in and get the car set back on the ground and fill it up full of transmission fluid and make sure we ain't got no leaks. But that's going to be it for tonight. Alright guys, well, come to find out, the drive shaft that come with the other Nova I got was not actually the right drive shaft for it, because I sat it up in there, stuck it against the rear end, and it would almost bottom out into the transmission, all but probably either an eighth to a quarter of an inch is all it would have. So that drive shaft was not going to work. So we got to digging around in my dad's drive shaft pile, because he keeps old drive shafts and all. Well, we found this one, and it's gonna work, but I'm not actually, we're just gonna put it in the car just to make sure the transmission's gonna work and everything's gonna be alright. And I'm gonna call and order a drag racing drive shaft for it. I hadn't quite decided if I'm just gonna go with a steel one an aluminum one or a carbon fiber one yet. I hadn't really decided what I'm going to go with. I've been looking, but I put brand new U-joints in this one, and so we're just going to put this one in it. It's actually a 1/4 of an inch longer than I really want, so I'm going to just order one custom for it, the length I want. And I mean, this thing's got 1310 U-joints, which are okay, but I mean, it's not really, they're not made for bukudos of power and all. So we're just gonna put this one in it for now, just to get it running and driving. Make sure transmission's gonna work. Get it full of fluid, and make sure it shifts out. All that good stuff, being it's a new rebuilt transmission. Everything went together fine when we put it together, so it should work fine. But we're just gonna put this one in it just to get it moving and making sure everything's gonna be all right, because it's probably gonna be 2 weeks from the time I order it to have a drive shaft, because it'll be custom made. And here it is. It's Memorial Day and everything's closed. I can't actually call and talk to anybody about it. But we're gonna go ahead and slap this drive shaft in there, and then hopefully get some fluid dumped in it and fire it up here in a few minutes. Alright, well, we got the drive shaft in. Now we're going to go ahead and dump some transmission fluid in it. We'll go ahead and dump like 1.5 gallons in it. And then probably more than that, just depends. And then go from there. We'll crank it up and make sure it's full and all that before we drive it and make sure it's going to shift and all. But we're going to go ahead and fill it up full right now to the full mark. Alright, well, we got 5 quarts of transmission fluid in it, plus what's already in the converter and what we dumped in it when we were putting it together. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and spin it over and build some oil pressure, beans. It ain't been ran in over a month. It ain't been ran since the night it broke. That's the last time it was fired up. So we're going to go ahead and spin it over and get some oil pressure, and fire it up and check the transmission fluid. guys, transmission works. I got it set on the ground and backed it out, drove it around the yard. I haven't took it up the road yet, but seems like it's going to work. It goes into gear pretty good and all. I went ahead and when the drive shaft and all broke, my wires got snatched loose when we were loading it up and all, so I had to fix them, and I actually put a button on my shifter for a launch control, so we'll try that out. Hopefully we're gonna try to be able to take them, the Nova and the Blazer, to the drag strip this weekend for on Friday for test and tune if they're having it. It's supposed to be a small chance of rain, so I'm not sure if they're gonna have it or not. But hopefully we can take them and try them out, see what they're gonna do. I'm still trying to decide what I'm gonna do about a drive shaft. If anybody's got any suggestions on what I should do, it's got 1310 U joints, and a couple of places I talked to said that the 1310 U joints are not actually going to hold up like I want. I need to go ahead and go to 1350 joints, and so I got to change my rear yoke to do that. So I hadn't quite decided what I'm going to do, but so far so good. Hopefully it's back all together like it used to be. We already got the rear tire swapped out, got the other ones on it and all. So, but we appreciate y'all watching, guys, and as always, if y'all like the content y'all are seeing, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see y'all guys on the next video.